Now I am proud to introduce Randy HOTCHKIN, an Air Force veteran, son of a veteran, and representative of the Prairie Star Residency in Grinnell, Iowa. It's a developing artist in residency program centered around veterans. After listening, search their website for follow-up information and to donate to their campaign to restore their Veterans Memorial Building and to support their veteran-centered program.
The program that I'm going to talk to you all about today is called Prairie Star Residency. And the Prairie Star Residency is a artist residency that we are creating in Grinnell, Iowa. I am Randy HOTCHKIN. I guess I should introduce myself more fully. My name is Randy HOTCHKIN. I am a 26-year veteran of the Air Force, and when I returned to my hometown, I found that there was a memorial building in Central Park that needed some attention. So I wanted to assist with that, and we needed to find a plan. And there was a man in Grinnell that came up with a plan for an artist residency that would focus on veteran artists. I have a video here that I'm going to show in just a moment, but a little bit more about myself. My father was a Vietnam veteran, and he developed PTSD. He had some symptoms right after he returned from Vietnam, but his symptoms really got much worse after my tour to Iraq. And when I say symptoms, he couldn't really describe some of the things that went on in his nightmares, but he had the full-blown terror attacks at night. I mean, he would battle someone or something almost every night. And at one point we had to, my mother decided that she had to sleep in another room because it wasn't safe for her to be in the same room with him. And the very next night he must have decided to dive into a foxhole or something, and he woke to the sound of his neck cracking, and he couldn't move. He dove off the bed, or got the sheets tangled around his legs or something, and nearly paralyzed himself. He had to wear a collar for several months. And so PTSD can manifest itself in many different ways, and I experienced that with my father, and one of the ways that he found solace was through some crafts or art. And he created these walking sticks that he would sit there and sand on and carve on, and he made these intricate walking sticks that he was very proud of. And then he also was involved in photography and then framing those pictures, matting and framing them, and I really believe he found a great deal of solace in that. He also had an absolutely evil Shih Tzu named Sid. So you could say he kind of had a service dog as well. But I took after him, and I have two Shih Tzus. I just felt that they were the manliest possible breed that you could get. So anyway, so enough talk for me, because I am also featured in the video a little bit here. So let's see if we can show the video about the Grinnell Veterans Memorial Building and the Prairie Star Artist Residency. I'd always had it in my mind to be in the military. My dad was a Vietnam veteran and served 11 months in Vietnam.
I served for 3 years in the Army, in 2002 to 2005. I was deployed to Afghanistan in 2003 and then Iraq in 2004.
I was operations specialist, so we worked in the Combat Information Center, and I took calls for fire from spotters on the beach.
My husband is a veteran. He absolutely loves his country, he loves his community, he loves his family.
The call to serve. The call our military veterans have answered time and again. It's not easy. It's not glamorous. But answering that call is critical to our nation. And it gives those who serve a new perspective.
The veterans that have served on active duty, when they come back, they are not the same person that they were when they went in.
Knowing that a lot of people will sacrifice so much for the mission is, it's life-changing.
Even though Iowa has no large military installations, service to country has deep roots for thousands of the state's families. For 60 years, the Grinnell Veterans Memorial Building has honored area veterans for their service. It's had many roles over the years: community center, dance hall, gathering place. But now, the building has fallen into disrepair. Its age is showing. Its usefulness has waned. Its place honoring those who've served has been reduced to an empty shell.
We can often tend to ignore or forget our veterans. And I think we need that important symbol there to remind us all the time how much we owe to our veterans.
It's time for a new purpose for a building that served our community since 1959. A new purpose that will be a living, working memorial to our veterans by creating opportunity through art. Join us to create a new calling, the campaign to renovate the Grinnell Veterans Memorial Building. This $1.9 million capital campaign will renovate the building so community groups can use it again, while establishing an arts residency program focused on veterans from Iowa and beyond.
For many veterans, they feel like it's only their fellow comrades that truly understand what they've experienced. And for many veterans, it's very hard for them to release what they've experienced. So creating art with veterans allows them to really have a tool that develops a coping skill for them to slowly explain and narrate the story that they've experienced in a safe and comfortable environment where they can be creative.
Your support will update the building to feature prairie-style architecture and will go along with recent improvements to Central Park.
It is the most visible building in our Central Park, which has been magnificently restored, the park, but not that building. So I think we do need to honor our veterans with a building that is attractive and an honorable building.
Your support will also bring a groundbreaking concept to Grinnell. The Prairie Star Residency will be the only artist's residency program in the country with a focus on veterans. The residency would bring 4 to 8 veterans to Grinnell for up to 6 weeks. They would be living and working side by side within the walls of the Veterans Memorial Building.
I think it would be attractive to veterans from across the country if you allow these people, the residencies, to come in and sort of interact with the community. Both parties will take something away from it.
This is going to allow our veterans to work individually on their own needs in an artistic and expressive way, but also coming together in small groups, their comrades, other fellow veterans, creating art together. And we have community members that can come in and see the artwork that these veterans have created and understand in a visual way and on an emotional way to be able to view their artwork and what they've created and really be able to have a common language between all of our community members.
This is a new world, and there's new needs that need to be met. We have to involve the community, so having something that could tie that, bring them in, that they'll come here and participate and appreciate what veterans do is worth more than a statue.
Help create a new calling in Grinnell. With your support, our community can impact today's veterans directly while continuing to honor the sacrifices of past generations.
It's saving a piece of history. The building has welcomed people home from battles. It has been a gathering point for so many. It could be that community center again. It would give Grinnell that niche that sets it apart from all the others and brings people here and brings some economic development here as well.
It will bring the community together. It will honor our veterans. It will serve the arts and serve our veterans. It will make our Central Park project complete in a very, very positive way.
There's a famous Korean war vet that said, all have given some, Some have given all. So my question to our community is, why can't we all give some to this endeavor?
Our veterans have answered the call. It's time to help them create a new calling. Join us to help renovate the Grinnell Veterans Memorial Building. Will you answer our call?
If you'd like more information on the Prairie Star Artist Residency, you can go to prairiestarresidency.org. We aren't trying to bill ourselves as a treatment center for PTSD or suicide prevention, but there's a great deal of studies, or a lot of studies out there that show that the arts and being creative can really help curb those urges and symptoms. So we hope that we can be of assistance in that way. I'd also like to put in a plug for the Veterans Administration. In today's media, you don't hear a lot of positive comments about the VA, but the VA healthcare system, in my experience, has been outstanding. I'd also like to say that if you're a veteran out there and you are interested in veteran service organizations, you should really look at the American Legion or VFW or both. These are organizations that have been around for 100 years and could definitely use the support of younger members. Again, my name is Randy HOTCHKIN. You can see more information at prairiestarresidency.org, and thank you again.